Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man 2. I'm the Mysterious JG with the first ever Mega Man 2 Let's Play on YouTube, so I hope you guys are ready to enjoy. This is one of those games, even more so than Final Fantasy X-2, where I have to really crank my speaker or my headset volume down. Because I guess it is, you know, it's Mega Man based on Rockman, but man, this game wants to like freaking blast your eardrums off compared to the volume of everything else on PS4. So I need to load the game, right? Yeah, that's what I gotta do, right? Yeah, okay. So we just, the first video, we beat Crash Man, who is not the guy you're supposed to face first, but I'm like super pro and everything like that. I'm so much better than everybody else's game. And I reminisced about the subscriber special that I never did and still vaguely intend to do at some point. And that video just went public, so far nobody's responded to it, and you know, I might see some because I vaguely was like, yeah, you know, those questions that I was going to answer on the subscriber special, remind me what those were again. But this last video, we beat Quickman, and I was quite pleased at how well that went, because I did practice just a little off screen, like a couple of nights before I actually went and recorded it, and I guess it almost feels like cheating, but I was like, yeah, I knew that part was going to be a pain in the ass, and it took me forever to get through it. But then I came back and actually it apparently retained enough to still be able to do it, so that was cool. Let's, I'm thinking from here that the toughest stage that remains is Heat Man. And now as a boss, I don't remember Heat Man being too bad. Memory serves, he has a shot, which is not the easiest. It's not super hard to avoid. It's not super easy to avoid. There's a little bit of randomness into how it flies across the screen. But the big thing is that when you shoot him, he catches fire and shoots towards you. So you sort of have to... You can't, like, just pound him with bullets. You gotta shoot him, move, shoot him again, move. And if you have Bubble Man weapon, it doesn't take very many shots at all. I don't think he's got a weakness to Crash Man or Quick Man, but he's definitely a guy that, like, yeah, you can just, like, take him out with a Mega Buster. And his stage is the biggest pain in the ass in the game by a considerable margin, after Quick Man's stage, I suppose, because it's got the disappearing, reappearing blocks, and I don't remember there being any of those in the Wily stages, so I kind of feel like if I beat Heat Man next, that will be sufficiently difficult that I can just take the rest of the stages in whatever order I feel like and be like, yeah, I did it, whatever. So let's try to, and I don't think it's as bad as the ones in Iceman level were. So I kind of feel like I should be able to just suck it up and do it. So let's take on Heat Man next. Definitely really not the guy that you should be facing at this point. Already regretting this. I haven't even gotten to the difficult part yet. I'm already like, why am I doing it this way? Oh, and there's this fun. I need to just... Yeah, they're going to stop spawning, so I need to just get rid of them now. Didn't even get to the disappearing, reappearing blocks. This does not bode well. So if I can just outrun them, that's your best bet, really. These guys there can only be 3 on a screen at a time, so if you can position it so that there are 3 on the screen and they're not in your way, you're doing okay. Because they really exist to screw you up by knocking you into the lava, obviously. There is a little gap before another one spawns. So sometimes when you know they're going to spawn in a place that's going to give you trouble. I wonder if Quickman weapon will deal with these guys. Oh, it does. There you go. That's handy. Because these guys are a big pain in the tootie. There you go. Quick Man weapon. Not a weapon I generally find much use for. But those guys are a pain in the ass. As as the less cutesy version from the last game was. And it is going to be good to be rid of them. Especially in a room like this, where your primary penalty for failing is that you keep taking damage from those guys. Huh? So right off the bat, they're teaching you sometimes you have to jump directly up and have it land underneath you a bit. They're not even giving us ones where you don't need that in this game. They're going straight to you've got to do that or you're going to fail. Oh. Kind of forgot about that. This is always puzzling to me. They have one where you can use quick bombs to get past it, but they make you deal with like a more difficult one than that. I guess that one's hard because if you miss your jump, it's set up in such a way that you will fall to your death. But the quick man weapon, not at all. Crash man, I mean weapon, not really at all required there. You just have to jump onto the platform and then jump up. Now here's where it gets annoying. The pre-Wily Castle game, because you don't really know the pattern. You can come out here and preview it up to this point, but you can't preview it all the way to the end because there comes a section where if you miss a jump, you die, and you can't actually get to where you need to be to see what's going on. So you sort of have to second guess where the next one's going to be. And it gets pretty bad. Okay, see, I knew there was one where I had to jump straight up, but it was one footstep later along than I thought it was. So. But the sequence, I'm not feeling good about this at all. The sequence where you have to jump over the lava then there's a sequence where it's just a pit. And it's quite long. I don't think at this point, I've successfully made it a third of the distance yet. And it's the beginning part is the part where it's like, you know, it's kind of doesn't punish you too much for failing. There's a lot of this left to go. And I've only got one life, so I don't really feel too confident that we're clearing the Heat Man stage on the first try here. Okay, now straight up. Ah, see, it's too late. It's a little more straightforward once you get to the lava pit, if I recall correctly, but there's at least one point I seem to remember from childhood where there is a jump that is not just jump ahead one block's distance, and like the first time you die on it, you're like, how the hell was I supposed to know that was what to do? A common theme in 8-bit Nintendo games. Mega Man actually got away from that compared to some of its predecessors. It's not quite fast enough. But these platforms were... I don't remember if they kept showing up in later Mega Man games. I don't really remember them being a big part of Mega Man X, for example. But they were really a staple of the 8-bit NES games. These frickin' platforms. One thing we'll find out now is that I've got an E capsule, and I don't really recall... When I get game over, do I lose that? Because you can only stock up to 4. They're not at all helpful in these situations. They're really helpful against bosses where you're getting killed by weapon fire. No, missed the jump. Don't do that. Yeah, that's the one. Like, how the hell are you supposed to know that's coming? But the ending was in sight there. I mean, we'll get it eventually. Going for that 1-up is like freaking suicide. You need to have JG. Going for that 1-up is basically suicide. I mean, obviously it's not suicide if you get the you get the 1-up so that you get another crack at it afterwards. But the only way to get it and then survive to the end without burning the 1-up you just got is by having one of the special transportation extras that you get by beating certain bosses. That we don't have any of those yet. I don't remember which ones you beat to get which options. We haven't unlocked any of them yet. I don't remember. I don't think there's too much more to the stage if we clear that jumping puzzle. This game, the Robot Master levels are short, sometimes kind of challenging, but usually fairly short. I do in fact need to keep Quick Man Weapon. I love the little like. Oh, and well, I guess we've established that you lose your E-tanks when you continue, so no point in like, oh, I've got an E-tank. I don't want to get. I'll die here so that I have you know, I can have 3 shots at this boss and E-tanks next continue. Like, no, nothing like that. You get up there, JG. There you go. I do love the red brick background. Like we're in a kiln here. A kiln which has lots of openings for spool creatures to attack you. I was trying to see if I had a weapon that would be handy here. Just gotta tank the damage and fall. Let's do it without Crash Man Weapon just to show what you have to do. See? That's what you have to do. You have to fall into a pit and die. Okay, so I obviously mistimed that. I appeared directly on the platform, like inside of it, and sometimes it warps you up when you do that. I guess I mistimed it, and it was already there by just like a fraction of a second. But it usually warps you up if you appear right in it. But I guess it can warp you. Oh, here we go. Yeah, game over. That was not good. I did not do as well as I did the first time. Sometimes it warps you straight up, sometimes it warps you sideways. You just generally don't, like, you know, 2 objects cannot occupy the same time and space. You generally don't. What is it with me and dying on the first screen with unforced errors? Oh my goodness. I'm playing on hard difficulty, so that was much more challenging than it would have been on normal difficulty. Real men play Mega Man 2 on hard difficulty. I almost died again before getting to anything even remotely difficult. You know, although I've completely explained it away in my own mind that I'm not gonna frickin' spend 800 hours trying to beat Wily Stage 1 of Mega Man 1 and not enjoying a minute of it. This game, I feel pretty much like, yeah, I gotta beat this with no save stating, save scumming, no like select button trick, which this game doesn't have anyway, to beat a boss. Like this game I gotta beat legit, because I actually owned this as a kid. I played this enough times that I really need to just be able to beat it without any screwing around. Bobo insists that at some point one of us beat it on original hardware. I don't recall that. I feel like I only ever beat it on emulator. Mega Man 1, I mean. Mega Man 2, both of us beat probably a dozen times over the years. Because we actually owned it when we were little youngins. It's one of my favorite games, actually. Probably we just stopped playing it because eventually we just got burned out on it. Okay. Not gonna stop me now, little spool guys. I will get to this point and then fail here. Yeah. I resent the fact that you need to guess when the first platform is going to appear, because it's very easy to just jump, completely miss the first platform and look like an idiot. I suppose you can wait for it to appear before you jump. You're probably supposed to. Come on. Ah, I knew it. I knew I wasn't going to be in time that time. And that frickin' Megaman up in the top left corner smirking at me is pissing me off way more than Wily is. There we go. One more over. Oh, okay. I kind of stumble bumped through it. Hey, I might even have, yeah, I got more than one shot at, Heatman here. This is pretty good, actually. And you might be worth killing because you're not going to respawn. Yeah, I got lucky with the power-ups, too. So that should mean no hoppity guy on the final screen. Excellent. So let's use this first run against Heatman to see if any of the weapons are more useful than the Mega Buster against him that we currently have. I feel like they're not. Matter of fact, I think I remember somewhere that this weapon will actually heal him, which is strange. No, it just did one. Okay, so you can't jump immediately. That did heal him. Weird. But that Quickman weapon does the exact same damage. Yeah, fuck. Ah, boy. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. I'm not even sure I'm going to be able to beat Heatman. Because I'm going to have to dodge his attack a lot of times without Bubble Leg. Maybe I got it. Okay, I got it. Have a little confidence, JG. Ooh, he mixed it up there. Fuck. Okay, hold on. Fuck! Oh, that was close. E-Tank would have been obviously the difference there. Alright, so, you know, like I said, this was my last chance to make the pre-Wily stages really challenging for myself. Now, I say that, watch me, like, struggle desperately on, like, you know, just out of nowhere, Bubble Man stage suddenly becomes a big issue. But, yeah, I'm anticipating this. That was weak. I'm anticipating this being the last real, opportunity for a lot of failure in the Robot Master stages. So, I don't have too much of a problem with this, taking a little doing. I'm trying to remember. Flashman's stage is harder than Flashman himself. Although, with any Robot Master, you get to them with very little health, and it's going to be difficult. Metal Man, I remember both he and his stage being easy, and I think he's actually weak against, other than his own weapon, he's weak against Quickman. So the idea of going to the trouble of getting Quickman's weapon first and not using it against him is kind of... Bubble Man is always a pushover. Yeah, I think this maybe Woodman. Airman stage, if you're really rusty in the jumping mechanic, sucks, but I think it's easier than the jumping in this stage. Yeah, Airman himself. He is one boss. I never have been good at beating Airman without using his weakness, and I don't think I'm even going to try this time because it's a pain in the ass to. I don't even know how you're meant to dodge his shots. I'm just like super pro analyzing the different Robot Masters as I get knocked around Heatman stage. Planning ahead is essential when playing platformers from the 80s. You can't just wing it, not unless you want disaster. It's if General Patton had played video games, he would have been a Mega Man player for sure, because it requires the kind of deep strategic thinking that he was known for. Old blood and guts Mega Man. Alright, well, if I can replicate my grand success at the platform jumping here, we should get to Heatman with some more tries under our belt this time. Or tries, rather, to take. We will have more shots at Heatman. But I kind of underestimated how much of a pain in the ass he would be to defeat without his weakness. You really got to you have to dodge quite a few attacks. It takes forever to beat him with regular weapon. Specifically because rather than just having a few invincibility frames like most of the bosses, where you can't beat them too fast, but you can kind of like get in more than one shot per dodged attack. Yeah, Heatman, you just gotta just tiny little bit of damage for every successfully avoided Heatman attack that you can get. See that? I warped off to the left because I guess Megaman's feet were dangling in the frame where the block was going to appear there. And that's what I was talking about earlier. Like, you jump before it's there because you think you know when it's going to appear, and you just look silly. There was actually a little luck involved in navigating this last time. I feel like I just kind of landed on a platform that I wasn't really jumping for. Yeah, see, I jumped up and it did the warp thing, and that was not a good time for that to happen. So, remember what I said about getting to Heatman with more tries? Maybe not. Damn, I was really worried about like, I wanted full health so that I would get and that really screwed me now, because now I've only got one life, and I'm not going to get there with full health, because you are going to tank some damage on these little guys. So that playing around with trying to see if, oh, maybe I can use Quickman weapon to avoid tanking the damage, no, did not pay off. The deep strategy. It's like a game of human chess. Mega Man 2. Match 3 Kingdoms really has nothing on the level of strategery. I think I just need to kind of hope that one of these guys drops healing. And somebody is asking, is he really gonna grind for health when he's still got the frickin' blocks to navigate? And the answer is, you're right, that's stupid. Especially for 1 health. Doesn't even help you that much to use Crashman weapon there. But as you may have noticed, once you use Crashman weapon to destroy those barriers, they stay destroyed for the rest of your the playthrough before you have to, until the next time you're forced to continue. Which is very important with one of the Wily Fortress bosses. I don't know that there's a way to... I'm pretty sure there's no... I don't know how good Crashman weapon is against this guy. I forgot that I'm going to have him to deal with, too. Okay, it doesn't seem to be that good, or useful against that guy. Now here, it's going to be quite handy to have Quickman's weapon. Health would have been nice, but that's okay. Alright, so... we don't have full health, we don't have any continues. Can we pull this out? Or will this be, by far, the longest video of the LP so far? Did I get a little cocky with my thought that I could defeat Heatman here? See, his pause before he shoots at you is not the same every time, otherwise it would be pretty easy. Yee. Ooh. You don't want to get close to him like this. That didn't... I got him more than halfway, but that was not good. This is turning into a marathon session by Mega Man 2 standards. I blame hard difficulty. Actually, you know what? I'm not even... Okay, that time I'm not kidding. I was blaming hard difficulty before when I died on something that was not altered by hard difficulty. But how much damage the Robot Masters take per shot is affected by the difficulty, and I believe... on our very first actual battle against him where I... well, the first time I got to him I had almost no health. I think we actually would have won by now if we were on normal difficulty, because I think we do half damage on hard. So we probably would have done like 2 slivers per hit. Maybe we're already doing that, though. You guys tell me. But I'm pretty sure... I mean, you can look it up if you really care. I'm pretty sure we have to hit Heatman more times. Although sometimes it only affects... like, the weaknesses I know for sure. Like, you can beat Woodman with 1 fully charged shot of Heatman's weapon on normal difficulty. Takes 2 on damn it, it takes 2 on hard difficulty. And if you're like 2, that still sounds really easy. Yeah, hitting Woodman with the fully charged Heatman weapon is kind of a pain in the ass. But it does make sense that you would 1-hit KO him there, because he's a robot made of wood and you're shooting him with a giant ball of fire. There is some logic to the idea that would take him down fairly easily. Heatman weapon, as we'll eventually see, I'm sure, has multiple levels of charge when you use it against an enemy. And as is typical of Crashman weapon, they set up these little barriers where if you shoot them, it allows you to bypass a jumping puzzle or something, or an enemy, that is in no way, shape, or form the toughest thing on offer in the stage. So the Crashman weapon allows you to avoid some fairly simple jumps, and then they throw you right into this much more frustrating set of jumps. Got a little bit confused about when the straight up jump was coming there. Yep. No commentary. Concentrating. Damn it! I had it there. I had it. Had it, lost it. Gotta take a little break from your RTK type of stuff and just jump around platforms while getting knocked around by spools sometimes. Not every LP can involve 800 hours of farming. Oh shit. I'm kind of happy that I wasn't just like killed for that. That goof like that game would have been pretty justified in having me warp into the pit there. Oh, that was bullshit. Not only did I not get a drop and took a hit, the guy freaking respawned. You're just better off avoiding some enemies. That's what I always liked about the Tonberries, especially in Final Fantasy VIII. They're nasty, and there really is no good reason, by and large, to fight them. I guess you need chef knives to learn death, but I am not really supposed to be thinking about Final Fantasy VIII right now. Cool. Beautiful, JG. Beautiful. Beautiful, baby. What I need is Jimmy Hart behind me manically screaming into a megaphone about how wonderful I am. That would give me the confidence to win. Go get him, Megaman, baby! You can beat Heatman! Ha 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 ha! I wonder how long I've been at this now. This feels pretty long for a Mega Man 2 video. Uh-huh. Yep. Got it. Doing it. Yep. If I had item 2, I would just get to that 1-up and then friggin' use it and bypass the rest. Although occasionally, item 2 is like a little rocket that flies vertically across the screen. Occasionally, the blocks you're supposed to jump on will actually get in your way and knock you to your death when you use item 2. But I keep getting close. And this was the real... This is something I don't think the kiddies can appreciate sometimes. Like, the current generation of gamers... I know I sound like, oh, my day, but for real. When you were playing these old school games, and some of the newer school games are set up this way, but the tendency now is to have long games with a lot of plot and a lot of checkpoints. Like, I love Grand Theft Auto 5 to death, but you literally get to skip stuff if it's too difficult, and you never have to go back too far in the game. The whole thing here is that if you get past this jumping puzzle, the tension you feel to beat the boss so you don't have to come redo this shit is really strong. Fuck! I was sure I had it that time. So this time I didn't even get the Heat Man, but like the time before that I got the Heat Man, and I was like, oh god, please don't screw up. I don't want to have to go through that again. That's what video games were like in the 80s. That's what it was all about. Well, I guess by the time Megaman and Megaman 2 came out, before the previous ones were just a matter of you rarely knew what was going on at all, and you just kept playing the same screens trying to get a high score. So I blew a life so quickly and so stupidly that I almost feel tempted to just... Like, sometimes you die on the first screen in these games, and you're like, screw it, die 2 more times real quick and continue so you've got the full set of lives, but I'm not gonna do that because there's not that much damage to be tanked in Heat Man stage. It really is just get to Heat Man and frickin' win, for crying out loud. Do it! Buy a shirt. Quoting the Taz show for some reason. That's been my thing to listen to on the way to work recently. Not for nothing. Putting you over, Taz. Alright, yeah, my mind wanders when I'm in the part where I don't have to concentrate. The part where I don't have to concentrate, because I just died on that screen a minute ago, so why would I have to concentrate, right? This jump, it's like an old friend. An old friend where I have to tank damage and fall. You know, maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am, or maybe I'm underestimating the other kiddies out there, but I think there are people who remember this game being really hard, and I'm obviously struggling now because I'm going out of my way to play them in an order, play the stages in an order that makes it more difficult than it needs to be. But I think I was one of those kids, like other kids were failing at this game, and I was like, why don't you just wait, let it hit you, and then go by during your invincibility frames to make the jump easier. And they were trying to find ways to like go through without taking any damage at all. Which I suppose, and now like in the Mega Man Special Edition, there's like whole, like, you know, oh, we put a new twist on the existing stage, and now can you get through this without taking any damage? And it's like, no. The game was challenging enough, you just had to be strategic enough to occasionally intentionally tank a little damage and keep moving to the right, or keep moving up. Okay, here we go, here we go. Got a whole life in reserve, too. Get the Quick Man weapon equipped, because I think that's going to be our best bet against this jerk. Okay. Unless I am crazy, the Quick Man shot didn't do any more damage. I guess we'll try it. Maybe it does. But I'm pretty sure it did the exact same damage to Heat Man that Mega Buster does. Or P weapon. Well, no, I know it'll make a difference here because it doesn't have a range. Did that do more? Nope. Nope. Damn it. You just take so much damage per hit. I couldn't really be bothered to actually check, but, well, obviously Quickman doesn't take too much ammo per shot, so I could go back to using it. It's just, after this first shot, you're never close enough to be able to use it, for it to make a difference. Fuck. Fuck! Didn't even get off the ground that time. Damn it. Oh, damn you, Heat Man. I would own your ass if I only had Bubble Lead, which I could get incredibly easily at this point. This is what happens when you intentionally make the game more difficult. After this, I'll knock it off after this. After this, I'll do things in whatever way seems like it's the most logical way to actually, you know, flip a game. And I won't do any of this nonsense in any of the other Mega Man games, because I don't know any of them well enough to even know, oh, hey, here's a way that some people don't know that you can beat so-and-so boss. I do watch some Retsupre, and I mention that because they do make fun of, you know, all these idiots playing Mega Man games and not adding anything, and I'm like, I'm doing it for fun. I'm not trying to defend myself from that. But there was at least one video where the whole thing was that this guy gave himself this annoying victory condition that made him retry the same thing over and over. And I'm like, am I doing exactly what they made fun of in this video? Yes. But I'm conscious of it. Does that somehow make it better? I don't know. Maybe not. I think it was a boss from Mega Man 3 that they were trying to beat. Yeah, one of the Wily Castle bosses where for some reason they were... I don't even remember what the victory condition was. This guy... Oh, I remember what part of what was annoying about it was that... Yeah, I got you. I can maybe consider myself cooler than the guy who got made fun of. Because that guy was using save states. But he was like, okay, I'm gonna... It was as though I was saying, okay, I'm gonna beat Quickman without Flashman's weapon. But then, I used save states in doing it, just totally negating it. Although in that case, the guy just got to the boss and save stated so he wouldn't have to keep getting to the boss. And as I've mentioned earlier, part of what made 80s games frustrating and also what made them kind of gripping was that since you didn't have constant respawn points, you had to beat a decent chunk of stuff in one go, which meant that the pressure to actually do well was much higher. 1-up was very much appreciated there. I might get to Heat Man this time. I haven't died yet on this run, so I might get to Heat Man with enough tries to actually get it done this time. That'll be something. I'm not. I'm enjoying myself. I'm not too stressed out. It's taken me more attempts than I thought it would, and we're not done yet. But I can honestly say that I'm not really worked up about this. You're probably saying, I'm not that worked up about it either, JG. I'm ready for this one to be over. And I would say, don't be such a meanie. Bobo will do it better when he LPs this. Bobo will actually do things in the sequence they're supposed to happen in. Alright. We got 3 lives. I think I'm feeling pretty good about this. I think we're finally going to get this. Oh, well, that might be a thing not to do. Maybe I'll actually pause the game and there's a button which means oh, that's rapid fire. That does nothing. That's jump. I was going down a dangerous road there. I'm trying to figure out what the actual, like... Mega Man 1 pause select. Oh. I guess the other Mega Man games don't get... Because I was trying to figure out what the the pause button is. I guess select didn't do anything in Mega Man 2. I'm hoping to be able to actually tell if there's a difference in how much damage the Mega Man blaster does and anything else does. Seems like it's doing 2 and not 1. Well, I'm almost positive it doesn't actually... There's no advantage to actually using Quick Man weapon. Okay, so I've actually got 3 attempts this time at him, so... Let's try to do a little better. I really have no good way of dodging that first shot. Wow. I mean, you gotta get into a good pattern where you've got enough distance from him that you can see him coming and don't have to try to jump before he comes after you. If you jump early, you get yourself really screwed up. This time I probably got it. Unless he does that, and he goes so early that you're having to jump before his shots are done, because gets tough to avoid damage too. God damn it! Oh! Oh, I hate you, Beatman. Beatman's more like it. Except that he's kicking my ass, so. I really thought I had it there for a bit. But if he knocks you out of the pattern, you're in bad shape, because it's just... He does so much damage per hit that you've got to keep it going. Okay, well, you are doing 2 damage per shot, though, because he had two slivers left, and I got him. And I was a little worried there, because if he survived that hit, I was not in a good position to get another one in without getting killed. I think I'm actually going to get one of the items here, but it's like something stupid like item 3. Atomic Fire. Yeah, here we go. Whoa, 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 disco time. Message from Dr. Light. Unintelligible gibberish. Item 1. Oh, it's item 1. That one actually is useful. Completed. Get your weapons ready. Which triggers another disco. Oh, I guess not yet. 1. Get equipped with item 1. Just makes you glow different weird colors. And then this becomes a good time to save your game. And go to the stage select screen. We will do that next time when we will take on some robot master or other. So this video clocked in at I did not. Yeah, I wish there was some way I could like hide the video length so that when you could go into this with any tension whatsoever about how this is gonna go. Yeah, well, okay. Sorry guys, didn't mean to spend 45 minutes on Heatman stage. But when we come back, whatever I do, I can pretty much promise it won't take 45 minutes. I'm Mysterious AG. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.